Welcome, folks. Welcome, gents, back to a brand new video. This week, we finally made more progress in the train room. So, you may or may not know, but these walls, not that long ago, by not that long ago, I mean about a month or two ago, sometime last year before for Halloween, I think, we painted the walls from blue to this tan color. You look closer, you can still see the blue peeking through in certain spots. That was like 2 months ago, and just today we built the table that's going to house all my trains on it. So, yeah. Currently I have 3001 pulling a freight train on here. So, yeah. You got both my CN hoppers, you got the tanker, the coal car, the track cleaner, box car, a grain car, and the caboose. So, yeah. Over here you have 4432 and its caboose, which isn't coupled. How do you want coupled? Anyways. So currently I'm planning on what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna have, the track you see right now, I'm going to keep this way, but I'm gonna replace it, with this gray track, because it just looks so much better. Thinking about having a bunch of these trees over here by the main line, then over there's gonna be a bit of an industrial area. I'll have a yard over there. Thinking about having a roundhouse here, because I know I want to buy lots of engines, and this one's gonna need replaced because of, yeah. Believe it or not, in the months that I have uploaded that video, I still have not gone to Hobby Hut Models to get anything replaced. That's why that yellow box car isn't being pulled. Its couplers are still broken. I know, I procrastinate a lot. So, yeah. Got some telephone poles up. See how it looks. I got the tunnel portal here. I don't know if I'm gonna use this, because the only spot I have space for it is on the curves, but I'm afraid that articulated engines are gonna hit the thing, because the curves are kind of tight. So, yeah. Over here, we have this little thingy. I forget what it's called. Here's the build instructions. That thing is a pain to assemble. And it's as fragile as Lego, if not more fragile. Definitely more fragile. So, yeah. So, we built this whole table in the past few days. So, this is the top. So you can see, you got the legs, you got a beam to help support the thing, because the amount of trains I'm gonna have is gonna be really heavy. So yeah, you got other train equipment under here, including a new toolbox that I got. How special, I know. So yeah, here's some more rolling stock. There's some spare track. The trolleys are right there. Remember those. N scale stuff. So yeah, and we have that Western Maryland tender. These Western Maryland tenders have really made me want to get a Western Maryland steam engine. I think that'd be really cool. Especially since that one can pull crap and as being treated like a soccer ball. So, yeah. Believe it or not, there was a socket or an outlet in this room. It's right there, so that's how this thing is getting power currently. I think that's the only one in the room, yeah. And take a look around, there's no other ones. Maybe there's one behind the water heater, I don't know. So yeah. There's all my pencils. Well, not all my pencils. The rest, I believe, are still out in my fort. I have a lot of pencils. I estimate it to be over 1,000, but I'm getting sidetracked. This is my train channel, not my pencil channel. So, yeah. I wish I had another diesel. Wish I had any other engines besides these two, you know? Because this one would look better if it had a friend, let's be honest. And that one just sucks. I am sorry, but you suck. Yeah, you suck. Anyways, yeah. So over here you can see I have some people. I have 3 bags of those. I have 2 bags of railroad signs, or just signs in general. I have a bag of trees. I have a box of trees. I did have another bag of telephone poles, but I could not for the life of me find where those are. So, yeah. So, yeah, the underside of this is pretty messy, not gonna lie. But you know what, it's fine. So, yeah. If you have any suggestions for what I should do for my layout, what kind of engines I should order, rolling stock I should get, tools maybe, please feel free to let me know. But anyways, this is the layout right now. Don't need these pieces aren't in there. Yeah. So, yeah, so we have this right here. This is actually the N scale controller, because at the time that was buried. So, yeah. Actually, let me turn my flashlight on so you can see under there better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about making an N scale video. It's been a while since I've made one of those, so yeah. There's the Durango and Silverton right there. So yeah, got a lot of our stuff here. Saw last week's video. You know that I built a water tower made out of Pringles can. This still has some stuff inside of it. So yeah. So this is the train room. Gonna have to replace those curtains because earlier they knocked over this boxcar and I had to pull with that engine to get it out because it was leaning up against that wall and I can't reach over it because I'm really short. Well, I mean pull. I don't mean pulling like this. I mean like you have an engine and then there's a stick and then you push your car on a separate track with that stick. That's what I did, except this was on its side and I used a pencil because I love using pencils any ways I can because yeah. So I do have a stool in here, except I don't like to use it because it's almost as tall as the table itself. So I'm using this chair. So it's pretty comfy, you know. You just sit here, watch the train run. I could sit here for hours watching this thing run. I'd probably fall asleep before I got bored. I kind of just want to sit here in silence watching the train run. It's so cool. You know, for once the train is up high where it's not going to be treated like a soccer ball. You know? Oh, it's so nice not having to worry about that. Although I do have to worry about any of my 3 cats deciding they want to cause chaos. Because the way I've built this track, it is always up against the edge. So, cat decides they want to knock the train over, it's probably falling onto the floor, which definitely isn't good. So, yeah. So that's probably gonna do it for this week's video. Please like and subscribe to help support this project. You know, it'd be really nice, but you don't have to. Yeah. So this is restroom. I'm trying to figure out what I can say to prolong the runtime of this video. Because honestly, if I were just going straight forward, it'd probably be 5 minutes long. Surprised I've been able to get to 11 minutes, 30 seconds. We still have plastic up on the windows, so you can't really see outside, though it would be nice too. You can barely see the garage there, so yeah. Honestly, not much to say. Eventually I do plan on buying bigger steam locomotives, because of course I do. Who would I be without a big boy, you know? But I'm a little worried about big engines on these curves, because these curves are kind of tight now that I'm looking at them at my height. So yeah, articulated, it's probably gonna be a little tight for them, and I wouldn't even test a duplex on these, honestly. Duplex, I doubt would ever make it through one of these curves. So, yeah. So, you know, the tractive effort, the difference in tractive effort between this thing and that thing is tremendous. This thing can bully... What? This thing can barely pull 3 cars. This thing can pull more rolling stock than I have. That's compatible. Because most of the rolling stock I have don't use knuckle couplers. They use these couplers. So, yeah. I will update you next time this thing gets a big change of scenery. Out in my fort, I have, whatchamacallit, houses. Yes, HO scale houses. I have a lot, fortunately enough for me, because those probably cost like $60 a house now. So, I'm glad I have a ton, so yeah. I'll set those up, figure out where I want stuff to be. You know, maybe I'm thinking about maybe having houses over here, roundhouse right here, forest here, industrial there, station there. I don't have a ton of space to work with, obviously. It's pretty small. But that's gonna do it for this week's video. I will catch you next week. See ya.